So who was the first artist that you remember listening to, or band that made you go, I want to be a musician?
Since I was born, I was kind of listening to the Beatles to go to bed at night, because my dad is a huge Beatles fan, and Neil Young, and but I absolutely hated Neil Young's voice.
Really?
I couldn't stand it.
No way.
Because it was so.
Yeah,
You know,
it is. It's got a unique tone to it.
Yeah. It took me till like I was about 15, like maybe I was having a smoke or something like that, and put on this BBC Unplugged session.
Yeah.
And it just completely blew my mind, and it changed everything.
What was the song? Can you remember?
It was like this 30-minute special that he did for the BBC, and it was just before Harvest came out. And he was playing like old man. He was playing some stuff from after the gold rush, and he played like stuff on the piano, just on his own. The way it translated, and the way is, I think it kind of opened me up to how important lyrics can be.
Yeah. And
you can be kind of a poet as well, and then kind of Leonard Cohen also, kind of maybe Neil Young got me into that side of it. You know, like I love listening to a lot of ABBA's stuff.
Do you?
Know what I mean? Yeah, of course, because it's like pop genius, and ELO, and it's kind of like really light-hearted content, but it's amazing. But you kind of turn on the radio now and it's not amazing, and it's all cliche stuff that's been done. And I don't know, maybe I've absolutely love melodies, and the Beatles will always be my favourite band, but there's something about 2060, all the time that we're living in, that different things have to be addressed, and there's just so much frustration and anger that maybe we're not living in this this free world that kind of people celebrate. And you're not turning on the radio and listening to the 60s and 70s really cool music. You're listening to trash.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, I think we have just as much going on now as what they did in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
As well, as in, like, in the world, what's going on politically.
Well, definitely. And
socially.
It wasn't like a big deal. But I think, like, a lot of people have said, oh, you know, it seems to be like the topic of the new album, that it's got this political edge, but I don't know, it was commonplace in the 60s with the likes, you know, the Beatles and John Lennon definitely kind of went down that road, and Neil Young, who's, you know, like a huge influence, and Black Sabbath with War Pigs, and it just wasn't like a big deal. So I don't understand kind of like where that's been lost almost. Yeah.
So who's your favourite Beatle then?
It's John Lennon without a doubt.
Really?
Without a doubt. It's just conviction. Like Paul McCartney's probably a lot more natural, and he seems just so incredible at writing songs, and I can imagine it frustrating John Lennon, but that tenacity and that like he's, you know, you read about John Lennon and he's no saint, but the belief, and there's just something so real and something so gritty about John Lennon, and apart from writing great songs as well, it just comes through.
What was it like to actually record at the place that they made famous and recorded some of their biggest albums here? Yeah,
we've all been a bit like kids today, you know, approaching Abbey Road because we've never been here before, and it's absolutely amazing. It's what you've been watching since you were a kid, you know, on the TV, and also, you know, the Pink Floyd albums, and it's just a piece of history, and to be playing in it is, well, I'm always going to remember it.